Merry Christmas, everyone! I'm the old man, and it is the last week of Advent. Christmas should be this week, I believe. I have not checked the calendar. But I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. I hope you have enjoyed these videos. This is going to be the last one before Christmas. I don't do one on Christmas. This is a Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest. I got this for Christmas in 1989, a year after I got my original Nintendo. And I've always liked it. It's very hard. It's hard in the sense of, like, there's not really any hints on where you're supposed to go. And he's gonna kill me. Awesome! I haven't even got a minute in, and we died. It's hard in the sense of you don't really know what to do or where to go, but since I had Nintendo Power, as I have mentioned before, I actually kind of like this game, because back in the day, I had Nintendo Power, and I would pretty much try to get my hands on any kind of hint, anything, from anywhere. It didn't matter what it was. Jeff Rovin, didn't care. If you ever read the Jeff Rovin books, they were terrible. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. This is, I want to talk about, this last video is actually going to be really, really personal, and I'm even kind of nervous about doing it and still kind of debating whether maybe I should just talk about something else. But nope, we're going to soldier on. If you are not a Christian, this will probably be very boring to you at best, and at worst may sound like the ravings of a lunatic. I honestly don't know. Hey, we're in a mansion. So, what I wanted to do is talk a little bit about my faith and my beliefs, because this game and oh, very nice. This game and Christmastime plays into that a little bit. I have always gone to church. I was raised in church. My grandfather was a Baptist minister, and my mom was a pastor's kid, so we were always in church. I was always in church, not necessarily every time the doors were open, but often. And the very first any kind of religious kind of anything compunction I had, I guess is the word. I was in VBS, which stands for Vacation Bible School, for those who've never had the pleasure. And there was some guy, he was up there talking about God. I didn't know really what he said. I don't remember literally anything of what he said. I think there's a pit here somewhere. Nope, okay. I don't remember anything of what he said. But I do remember that at the end, I think there's a hint book over there, but I'm not going to get it. I do remember that at the end of whatever he said, he invited the kids to come up and, hey, receive, ask Jesus into your heart, get born again. And so I did. I went up there and I thought what he said was a good idea, so I went up there and said the prayer and was very happy about it. Later, my mom said, she was like, I think you're the only one up there who really knew what was going on and what they were doing. And so life kind of went on. I was young, so I didn't really understand the implications of what I did or what I was doing, and my parents weren't really pushy. Other than taking me to church, they weren't super pushy about religion ever, and I think because they weren't really super religious themselves. Mom especially, from being a pastor's kid, which can be quite traumatizing. So my life went on, and my cousin and I, we spent a lot of our time listening to music and stuff, and so that particular Christmas when I got this game, I was listening to oh crud, I forgot that was there. I was listening to Metallica's Kill 'Em All, excellent record, and Anthrax's State of Euphoria, another good record, even though I'm not a huge Anthrax fan. Oh my gosh, apparently there's all these holes in the floor, and I totally forgot about them all. So I was listening to those. We didn't listen to Christian music. We had some relatives who really Continue. Alrighty then. Hey, I'm glad I didn't... Really? Start me right off there? Okay. Anyway, we had some relatives that were... We called them holy rollers, but they were Christians and they were ministers, and they didn't like our music ever, and kind of became a little... oh, my word. Maybe I shouldn't have played this game. Became kind of a bone of contention between us because they really didn't like it and they thought we should listen to whatever they were listening to. Anyway, but my cousin, don't put me into that hole! Oh my gosh! My cousin came to church one day and we swore to each other, because we talked about those relatives many times. And we swore to each other we were never going to become holy rollers. What? We were never going to become holy rollers. And so one day she came to church, and I said something about Skid Row, because that was one of her favorite bands. And, get over here. Thank you. And she was like, I don't listen to that music anymore. And I'm like, what? And she went on to say about how she was... you know, she listened to Christian music now, and she was a Christian now, and I was kind of offended and felt kind of betrayed, because even though I had said that prayer, you know, back in whatever 3rd grade, whenever that was, you know, life goes on, and you kind of just do what you do, and now I have to go through this whole thing again, this whole castle again. And so she gave me a couple, excuse me, gave me a couple of tapes of well, I think it was Petra. And I think Michael Peace, he was rap and Petra was rock, to listen to, because she really liked him. And one of the things why we always said we wouldn't become holy rollers is because we liked music so much, and we didn't want to ever give that up, to the point where our attitude was almost like, I'd rather just go to hell if I can't listen to music. So I listened to those albums, and they weren't bad. On Fire is actually really good, and so is the Michael Peace one, even if it's a little simplistic. But anyway, so Christmastime rolls around. I'm listening to Metallica and stuff, and she's listening to whatever. And she comes over to our house because we were hosting Christmas that year. Really? And so she's just in my room, and I'm playing this game. I'm playing Simon's Quest because that's what I got for Christmas. And she's just talking to me about God and what she's, you know, what she's learned and what she felt and thought. And I was just listening to her and playing this game and just listening to her. And after a while, I don't know, I just, for some reason, did I get the steak? I got the steak. I don't need the steak. I need to go and smash the crystal ball. And so she was just telling me, you know, about her life. And I think this is that's the... And I was listening, and something, I don't know, I don't know what to say, but after that conversation, I kind of just sort of, it's like I returned to the thing that I was already believing. There it is. And I kind of put away the non-Christian music and started listening to Christian music, and not that there's anything, like, I don't have a, whatever against non-Christian music, I don't care. But at the time, it mattered. And, hey, I got the rib. Awesome. And at the time it mattered, and so I felt like I was just kind of returning to something that I already believed. I mean, I'd always believed in God, and so I sort of became a Christian again, I guess. I got born again. And from then, there was kind of like, even though stuff happened, life happened still, I always identified after that as a Christian, and still do. And I still, I was a teenager. This was what, 5th grade, 6th grade, 5th grade? 5th grade, I think it was. So I had a lot of time to, screw up on things, and I did, and got into some bad relationships and bad friendships, and like you do when you're young, which is another one of my theories. I think sometimes we expect too much out of kids in the church. We need to realize that they're just kids and let them be kids instead of trying to turn them into warriors for the Lord. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Doesn't even have to do with Christmas. But anyway, and then finally this game is why I'm playing it, had kind of an impact. It was kind of what I was doing at a time in my life when something kind of, changed in me. And so I kind of always remember that particular Christmas time and this particular game for that. And of course, I did, I guess in Christian parlance, you would say I backslid, but I don't know if I don't think I backslid so much as I was just being a kid. But when I finally got into high school, my freshman year of high school, oh, it's a night. Oh, that's poopy. This is one of the first games to have a day-night cycle. Nintendo games, anyway. I was just about to start high school, freshman year of high school, and oh my word, get off me. And I felt like I had, oh really? Oh gosh. I kind of wanted to be in this town. Anyway, I felt like I had backslidden. Whether or not that was the case, I don't know. I don't think so. But I felt like I felt like I was sitting watching some TV show or whatever, and I felt like I heard God say to me, it's time to get serious. And so I did. From that moment on, I really kind of took Christianity. I always like doing this because it just looks like he's punching the air when I'm really just putting the doing the holy water in the door. And I did. From then on, I don't want to say got serious, because that sounds... Yeah, I did get serious. Got really serious. I took it a lot more seriously and kind of more understood what I was doing and why I was doing it. And from that moment on, I've been a Christian. I've always identified as a Christian, and so when and I don't have any super logical argument for the existence of God. I don't have one of those. I just the only thing I can tell you is I feel it in my bones. That's the only thing I can tell you, is that I feel it in my bones. All these years, it's been a long time, and I don't know what I'm doing. Also in spirituality and in this game. Because I want it to be day so I can go in that town and buy things. Do I have any hearts? I got lots of hearts. Yeah. And that's the thing is, I know that God seems kind of stupid, and I know Christianity seems like just a bunch of rules to some people, and it is for some people. But for me, it just never has seemed to have been like that. I've always felt something there. Something out there, something. There's always been a voice in my head, which I guess makes me crazy. It's either God or I'm crazy, one of the two. But at least if I'm going to be crazy, I get to be the good kind of crazy, because that voice always tells me to, really, bird. That voice always tells me to, compels me to be a better person. Always is compelling me to love more and judge less and don't fight evil with evil, but overcome evil with good, and be good. Be good. Spread life wherever you are. Try to be part of life going on instead of death. So if I'm gonna be crazy, I guess that's really the good kind of crazy to be. That's so yeah, that's it. And I always have been I've been a Christian for a long time. I'm going to be a Christian. Do I want a chain whip? Absolutely, I want a chain whip. I'm always going to be one, I think. One of my favorite bands called The Choir, when they're talking about making albums and music and stuff, they're like, you know what, we've been doing this so long that we've rowed out. It's like rowing a boat when you row out to sea, and after a while you've rowed out and you can't see land anymore, so so you just keep going. And that's kind of where I am with this. This is where my chips are. I've rowed out too far and I'm too old, and this is what I'm gonna be. But I, you know, I don't do it without reason. I feel like there's something there. I feel like there's something there. That's all I can say. Like I said, I don't have a big apologetic, well thought out apologetic. Do I have enough for a dagger? Awesome. I don't have a well thought out apologetic. It's just, oh my word. Nice job. Like I said, I just feel it in my bones. So I thought maybe it would take it would be good to just talk about that. So all my cards can be on the table. If you're coming to my channel, you're wondering what I'm all about, there you go. And I don't necessarily have the standard, what you would call Christian view of a lot of issues. So, but even if I did, does it matter? I don't know. I've hesitated even posting this because, like, I don't know. I don't want to become. I just want people to enjoy the videos. This is really all I want, and I just thought it would be fun to talk about different things for. Christmas time, and I'm going the wrong way. We want to press on, not press back. So yeah. And it's definitely it's informed all of my life. I mean, my life has mostly been, I came up from there, didn't I? Yes, I did. Most of my life, and then even in high school, like, I didn't go out and do all the partying and do all that kind of stuff because I was really busy trying to be the Christianiest Christian that ever Christianed, which I actually learned later wasn't necessary. Yeah, that's what I am. So I do, as much as I said, yeah, I like, I do like Christmas for presents, and I do understand that, there's a lot that's not really, Christian about Christmas. But I do, it does give you a chance, me as a Christian anyway, it gives me a chance to kind of just reflect a little bit on what Christ had done and why that might be important to me as a Christian. And so I hope you're having a Merry Christmas. I hope you're having I feel like I've been here before. Sexy Saturnalia. What did I say in the last one? Anyway, I hope whatever you're doing this season is going well, and I bless you, watcher of this video, whoever you may be. I really hope that things are going well with you, and if they're not going well with you, I hope they get better. And if there's any... Is it nighttime already? Again? Anyway, if there's anything, I hope that, and I pray that you would be blessed in any realm that you need blessing in. And I think that'll be it for this video. I already did a lot of the grinding. I already have, like, the Thorn Whip and some of that, because the first thing you do in this game is grind for hearts, and I didn't want that to be the first thing you see. Anyway, I hope you have a Merry Christmas or a Merry whatever you are doing. God bless. Like, comment, and subscribe if you like my videos. And I will see you for whatever the next Let's Play series is. Have a Merry Christmas.